Now to the issue of burnout. It's becoming more of a problem in modern workplaces and having a major impact on our personal lives.
So are we working ourselves into the ground? Do we just not have the balance right? Is it about work or is it about something else? Joining us is performance coach Andrew May. Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
What is burnout?
Herbert Freudenberger in the 1970s coined the term burnout, which was too much workplace stress. So in the 1960s it didn't exist.
So it's actually about workplace stress. It's not about the amount of work you do.
It's been updated. Psychology Today, 4 decades later, so 2 years ago, they said it's work-related stress and also overload at work. So there's two things going on. One is we think we've got too much work, and the second one is the way we manage that.
Okay, and how do people generally feel? There have been surveys done on this about how their workplaces are in terms of perhaps bringing burnout on.
Not happy, Jan, is probably the first place.
Forgotten
Remember that ad? Yeah,
yes.
It's a good one. Look, we call this the 3 L's around burnout. So there's the physical, there's the psychological, and there's the emotional. So we've got some statistics up. This is beyond blue. 52% of employees surveyed last year believe their workplace is mentally healthy. So that means 48% think that there's something going on there.
That's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot, isn't it?
And what can that mean if you feel like you don't have a mentally healthy workplace? What do you mean?
It can mean a number of things, and you always are good at this, Virginia. There's always two sides to the story, right? So it could mean that they think the employer is working them too hard. We're seeing unprecedented changes in the workforce. So leaders now require a totally different set of skills to what they had 5 or 10 years ago.
Yes.
It's navigating ambiguity. It's a digital world. It's complex. We've got these merging demographics. For the first time ever, there's 5 different generations in the workforce. So there's a whole leadership skill set, I think, that people need to update. It can also mean, so that the balance to this, and I thought you'd like this one, we spoke about this last year. About a third of workers are shirking it, the UK term. So up to a third of workers aren't really putting in. So it can mean a number of different things. There could be a subset of workers who think they're busy, but they're not. And we hide in emails and we can hide in meetings.
Yes.
But I think...
And everyone else is carrying the load.
There was a great interview with Pope John Paul II. And he was asked at the Vatican, excuse me, Pope, how many people work for you? And he said, about half of them.
Oh, well, at least he's being honest.
And that was high up in the Catholic Church. So there are a couple of things going on. But today, when we're talking about burnout, for a lot of people at Israel, we've got less people doing more work in a lot of organisations. So the signs and symptoms around this.
We got some physical signs. It was both physical and psychological. Let's kick off with the key physical signs. Andrew.
Yeah, I don't know where you two feel stressed, but I know if I've got a lot of tension, it's my neck and shoulders.
Yep.
A lot of people have sleep problems. I think a real big one, Mike, on this is that chronic fatigue. You can sleep for 7, 8, 9 hours and you wake up and you still don't feel like you've recovered.
You wake up feeling whacked.
Yeah. You're looking at me going, you got a friend of yours who...
I'm just really hoping I don't tick everything on this list.
Impaired immune system, so you get a lot more colds and sneezes and changes in appetite, either eating more or eating less. So they're the physical symptoms.
I find if I'm really tired, I eat more.
Yes.
Just as a way of... It's a self-preservation technique.
It's your body literally doing that.
A sugar hit or a fat hit just to stay awake.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm an emotional eater as well. So it's a good thing we've got you doing push-ups and burning it up now, haven't we, that svelte figure?
So what exactly can you do about it? I think maybe we should look at the psychological
let's look at some of the
well before we move on
psychological
to that.
ones, and then we'll look at some of the things around it.
The ways of dealing with it.
I sort of put an underscore around this, Virginia. Psychological is lack of fun. So you're not enjoying work. I can remember a number of years when I was feeling burnt out. Stuff like taking the groceries in is hard work. You know, the little things like putting your clothes away at the end of the night, making your bed, which in normal time should be something quite simple.
Or thinking back to the last time that you genuinely laughed out loud.
Yeah.
And then if you ask people that, and the look on their face is like, there must be something really going wrong in my life that I'm not actually doing that every day.
Having fun is so important. I ask my coaching clients this when they present with signs of burnout. What do you do for fun? And the emotional ones, anxiety and depression. And for anyone watching this who is really feeling down for more than just a couple of weeks, go get help. So put your hand up, go to your EAP in your organisation or go see a doctor.
What's your EAP?
Employee Access Program. So it's psychological safety net for a lot of organisations.
Do we have one of them?
Yes, it's a great one of the ABC. It's well used.
Just asking for a friend.
Let's look at some tips now, further tips to banish burnout.
Tips for your friends. We've got 5 tips around this. And we'll start with Virginia's. We'll go number 3 first. Have fun, laugh, play. So I just admire my kids, other kids. They just play. You know, give them a bucket and a stick. And my son Archie turned 6 this Saturday, and all he wants is like a little set of drums. So I'm going to get him an ice cream container and 2 sticks. Like, he won't even know the difference.
It's true, yep.
Putting your oxygen mask on first. I think when people look at those signs and symptoms, the emotional, the physical, the psychological, you've got to look after yourself. So put some time in, whether it's a bath, a massage, even just some time to read a book, because when it feels like all work and no play, it makes you a dull person.
And it requires a bit of an effort if you've got a really busy day, a busy lifestyle, to carve out personal time, me time.
Yeah, and
it's easier said than done.
This before, it is easier said than done. When you feel stressed, when you're not having fun, when life's not going your way, what do we take out? We take out the stuff that nourishes us, that nurtures us. Some of the other tips there as well is hang around like-minded people. Like, you know, we have friends who energise us, and sometimes there might be colleagues or people we know that are energy vampires. Good term. If you're feeling a little bit down, hang around those fun people.
Okay.
That's a really nice idea. And learn to say no.
Yes,
that's a really important
no,
one.
That's hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
To say it, it's like Fonz trying to say sorry.
Exactly, yeah, I really...
No.
Geez, we dragged out the Fonz. On that, not on the Fonz, but saying no, I find a lot of people that I've coached in this space who are fatigued, they do everything for everyone. And, you go to busy people to get something done. So that skill set to say no and push back on stuff is really important
It is.
when you're overloaded.
Andrew, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.